Hey everybody, Scott with another tool thought. Today's a bit of a funeral. If you haven't heard from various other tool channels on YouTube, and there's been quite a few, apparently Malco is discontinuing the Eagle Grip locking pliers, which is a damn shame, let me tell you. They are the best locking pliers on planet Earth. It's been proven in many tests on many channels such as Project Farm, and I believe the Torque Test channel may have done one. But these are the kings right here. They opened up the facility in DeWitt, Nebraska, the old Peterson Vice Grip manufacturing facility, with the goal to produce the best locking pliers on the market, and they did that. Apparently, I guess they weren't selling because they were a little pricey. These are the 10-inch curved. I believe they were about $50 because the 7-inch curved are going for about 42 to 47. But as you can see, I mean, the fit and finish on these things is an absolute masterpiece. The reason they're the best in the world is, one, this power ring right here. If you see any other, normal set of locking pliers, such as this pair of Milwaukee torque locks, they don't weld that all the way across. Or if they do, it's very light. That was one of the reasons. And the steel they're using is excellent. I've used these a good bit. I wiped them down and shined them up for the video, but there's very little distortion. Damage to the teeth, maybe a little something there, maybe, but I've clamped down ridiculously hard on these things, and there's no, not a lot of tooth damage. It's got this, you can put an Allen wrench in there. Once you clamp down on whatever item you're working on, you can crank down on it with an Allen key of whatever size that is to get even more. But these things are just badass. So apparently they're all out of stock. I waited one day too long. I have a 10-inch pair. I wanted a 7-inch pair, none to be had anywhere. I thought I had scored a pair on Amazon, but they canceled my my order. So now the only hope is to find these things on eBay, which they're gonna go through the roof. I mean, I'm already seeing the Snap-on branded ones, which are the Malco pliers, going for $80-something for the 7-inch models. So, you got to go to their website and look at the statement that they've put out, and I'll show you. So there's your update from their website. They give their reasons for closing it down. They're putting people out of work, American people. It's never good when Americans lose jobs. And then it says, please click on the boxes below to shop the remaining inventory. You do that, and it takes you to 3 sites, I believe. Strongest locking pliers ever made. So if you want, say, the curved jaws, 7-inch curved jaws, and you hit where to buy, you get 3 options, and none of those options have any in stock. So we're kind of screwed there. Those are going to show up on eBay at ridiculous prices, and I may or may not grab a 7-inch pair. I thought these were going to be around for a while. I bought my 10-inch pair in 2021 sometime and thought, I'll grab the 7-inch, at my leisure. They're a little pricey, but they're worth it once you get them in your hands. I guess I waited too long. There's the Snap-on branded ones, the 7-inchers, going for $84.50. So it's going to be a scalper's market. So I guess what we're left with is just your standard, your usual suspects. To me, the best ones out there right now that are available are going to be these Milwaukee torque locks. Some people say the Irwins, but aside from the original vice grips that were manufactured in DeWitt, Nebraska, the American-made ones with the good American steel, The Irwins are hot garbage. I mean, I got guys out there that like them, and you know, the teeth on them get knocked off like butter. It's ridiculous how soft that steel is. I've got a little bit of distortion on these as well. I mean, but by and large, I'm assuming these are made in Taiwan. I think they are, which is westernized manufacturing, which is superior to the Chinese crap. These are reasonable, these can be reasonably dependent on. I also like this feature. Instead of the Malco Allen key, because you don't have to go look for a specific size Allen key to really crank down on these. You can just shove a screwdriver through there. These are going to be the next best candidates, I'm afraid. I think maybe the Knipex models, but I've got these made in USA 70s era lever wrench models that work on a little bit of different principle. Instead of clamping on a tool or a work piece, and setting the clamp, tightness per size, you just set the clamping force on this, and the clamping force stays the same whether or not you're clamping on something like this, or a larger piece of metal. The teeth on these, these are 40, maybe 50-year-old locking pliers. You can get these on eBay all day long, and these have held up really well. If you can get the original Peterson vice grips, you should get those. These C.H. Hansons are kind of an updated version of the old lever wrenches from the 70s. You just set the force, the clamping force, and they've got my preferred release mechanism, which is, I guess it's like a European style. But here you just set the force here, and it adjusts to the size of the workpiece, and the clamping force stays the same. They are of reasonable quality as well. A little bit of distortion, not too much. I'm not a professional mechanic, so I don't use these things day in and day out. But when you need them, you need a locking plier that's going to hold on and not let go. It really upsets me about the Malcos, though. They were a true masterpiece. And you got guys all the time saying, man, I wish stuff was made in USA. All that's out there is Chinese garbage. Well, when you're offered an example of an American-made locking plier, nobody goes out and buys it. Put your money where your mouth is. I understand that you have to buy what you can afford, but I know plenty of guys that are just, I don't know, I guess you could call them tool whores. Cheapest thing wins. I don't understand that way of thinking. I want my tools to last. I'm going to buy them once and cry once. Stop running back and forth the horrible freight and buying crap. A poorly made tool can injure you. This will last way past me, way past my kids, and way past my grandkids if used as its designed purpose. Our only hope is that they're putting this factory up for sale, and maybe somebody will step in and figure out how to market these things. A lot of the blame seems to go with their marketing department, because if you searched Malco Eagle grips on Amazon, it would come up, fourth or fifth in line under all the usual garbage Chinesium suspects. The proper name for these was Eagle Grip by Malco. Okay, so that's a bit of a strike. Number two, the market's kind of saturated, so you may have wanted to, do something to set these apart. The only way to do that is to actually get a pair of these in your hands and just marvel at the finish on them, the steel, the fit and finish. I mean, they're just built like tanks. I'll never let these go. And now I'm on a quest to find a 7-inch pair. To me, that's the complete set that I would like, is a 7 and a 10. But, you just got to figure out how much you want to cough up to these scalpers for a good quality pair of vice grips. I mean, even the original DeWitt ones, or the Peterson ones from DeWitt, Nebraska, before they sold out to Irwin, our high dollar items in good shape on eBay. So that's it. R.I.P. Malco Eagle grips. I blame you people out there that like to buy garbage tools. You know, you run your mouth all the time about buying made in USA stuff, and then you don't do it when presented the opportunity. So that's partly on you guys. Questions, comments, zingers back at me, bring it on. Let me know in the comments. Have a good day, guys.